Good evening. My name is Sheree.
And I'm Chris. Hi.
And we're Technomadia. And you are joining us for one of our live video chat events. The topic this evening is the quest for the perfect mattress, particularly mattresses for RVs and boats. And there are challenges with them. Now, most RVs and boats, when you buy them from the manufacturer, well, I don't know what comes with the boat. I haven't bought one from a manufacturer yet.
They do come with a preset mattress. They don't sell them without.
But you get what the manufacturer has negotiated and installs in your bed room. And it may not be your preference in bed. It may not even be a high quality mattress.
And then particularly if you're buying a used RV or boat, you might have a mattress with a questionable history that you really are eager to replace as well.
So the challenge with an RV or boat mattress is, in most cases, they're not a standard size. So like right now we are in our boat's prime cabin, which is a V berth. So actually at the head of it,
it's deceiving.
It's in a V.
But it gets
looks
narrow.
It gets narrow, so there's a V shape on it. In some RVs, you might have rounded corners at the edge that give you more walk room around the bed.
Or a lot of RVs actually have hatches, too, that the bed needs to be able to bend and fold, at least part way, so that it can get you all your storage underneath.
Other variations is you might have a short version of a standard household mattress size, like a short queen, just for space saving, because RVs and boats, we have unusual shapes to have to fit our beds in. So if you will excuse us for just a moment, we're going to get out of bed because this isn't exactly the best presenting posture. My back's going to get really sore by the end of this. We're going to move back to the living room, and then we're going to talk about some of the options for improving your mattress situation.
Okay, let's go walk. And one of the challenges here, headroom can be a challenge with RV beds and boat beds in particular. And you can see here another bed option is a bunk bed, which is something else that's here. And we go down the hallway, and another bedroom.
So we actually have 3 bedrooms in this boat. So this one is actually a long full. So it's the length of a queen size, but the width of a full size, and plus little footroom.
Yes, very unusual mattress and sheets to find. You gotta get clear.
All right. So, you've got one of these unusual mattress sizes like we do. What are some of your options? First one is just putting a mattress topper on it.
Mattress toppers. Do it. They're cheap. They're easy, and
it's a great solution to try out if you can improve the situation enough to make it workable. You can get them in all sorts of materials, from memory foam, latex, egg crate, probably stuffed with bedding, whatever you like. And
the mattress toppers, you can actually get a lot of them on any big box store or Amazon Prime. So you can get a topper delivered overnight, and instantly, if you've got we've done this. We've been having I can't stand this bed one more night. You get a topper the next day, and it can make a world of difference. And it's a small investment to do before you dive into $1,000 for something
or more for some mattresses. So you can get them anywhere from $50 to $150. A really affordable option. You can get them from 1 inch to 4 inches. You can get them ventilated. All sorts of models that are out there. That's always been our first go-to in what we try. And those, if you've got an odd-shaped bed, just take some scissors or an electric knife, and you can cut them down to fit the size of the bed.
Yeah, they're usually, because they're small and they're usually not super, super dense foam, they're not too hard to adjust. And they're not too much out the door. You're not destroying something that's cost a lot of money just to experiment with.
So that narrow bed that I showed you down there, to improve that one, we put a 2-inch memory foam topper on it. But because it's a full size and a queen size length, I just took some scissors, trimmed it all down. It was super easy to do. The next option is having a mattress custom made to fit the exact dimensions of your bed.
Okay.
That's a pricey option.
It is pricey, and particularly if you've got some really unusual demands like curves or obscure V-berths and stuff. Sometimes that might be the easiest way to go, is just to let somebody who can do it properly and professionally take care of it, but it's you're getting a one-off, and there's no returns.
Yes. So Mattress Insider is one company that reaches out to boaters and RVers and does do custom mattresses, as well as they have some preset ones as well. So they might be an option to look into. They'll give you a quote and work with you to find the right materials for your sleep preferences. Next, it's just building your own.
Yeah, DIY is you can buy a lot of the same heavy-duty foams and stuff and just kind of make a sandwich to fit your own personal needs, just as if you were one of these mattress companies. It's can be a lot of work. But
start with a solid core, find the softer mattresses, and just build it up to whatever height you need. You can even get a case made around it. There's all sorts of resources out there for going direct to manufacturers of different foams and latexes, and you can just configure your own.
Yeah, and then start your own online mattress company if you want to, because there seems to be
go.
about 1,000 of them right now.
If you have the option, if you look at your layout of your RV or boat, is you might actually be able to adjust your platform to be more of a standard size.
Yeah. And we've actually seen this in particular. A lot of older RVs had the master bedroom set up with 2 twins instead of a queen or a king, because I guess older time people didn't sleep together or something, or they were built for
Leave it to Beaver.
Yeah, the Leave It to Beaver world. And so we know a lot of people who've like ripped those old platforms out and modified and built a joined bed, or adjust the size of the bed. But before you start planning on that, look what's underneath the platforms, because sometimes there might be your tanks and your wiring and things like that would be a disaster to start tearing apart until you know what's really there.
And there's another option. If you like a spring, like a box spring style, so a lot of RVs and boats, you're not going to have the option of a box spring and then a mattress on top, because usually it's on a platform. There's just not a lot of space in these RVs and stuff. But there's a system called the Froli. It's spelled Froli. And basically what these are...
A micro box spring.
Yeah, they're little springs, and they sell them in sets for different sizes and V-berths and different standard shapes, or standard for non-standard mobile living. And you get a kit of them, and you assemble them, and they interlock with each other, and it creates a spring sort of system underneath it. So that's another option to look into if you want more of that box spring feel.
And it also buys you ventilation underneath.
Which we'll talk about that in a bit, why that can be important. But it's not all RVs and boats come with these unique shaped beds. Some of them, especially larger RVs or aft-style cabin boats, come with regular size beds.
Yes, regular queens or even regular kings, and that opens up a whole world, a whole market of just off-the-shelf mattresses, and there's a lot of them out there. But not all of them are suitable.
So you can walk into any mattress store and get one. You can do some of these online ordering companies that now, like the Caspers, Purples, Lisas, Yoga Beds, all these ones where they give you the 100-day trial.
Yeah, there's 1,000 of them out there. You can sleep forever for free if you just keep going from trial to trial.
We tried that. We'll talk about that a little bit. But there are some considerations, even with going with if your width and length are different. But you need to keep in mind the height.
Right.
Like in our bus, we have our closet opens over the bed, so we can only have like 12 inches that we can go on the RV. And
other RVs, sometimes if you put a full-size, double-stuffed residential mattress, you'll be towering over your nightstands and stuff. You'll completely throw off the shape of the room.
Or you might have a lower ceiling, like you saw in our bedroom here in the boat. We didn't want to go with a very thick mattress because we wanted to actually be able to sit up in bed and do other things. And other considerations is the weight of the mattress. Number one, your cargo carry capacity. Be very aware of that if you go with a very heavy mattress.
And then related to weight is how are you going to actually get it in and onto an RV or boat? You might have to fold it and squeeze it through windows or squeeze it down a narrow hallway. And these big, heavy, stiff mattresses can be completely impossible. And then the last time you want to realize that is when the delivery guys are trying to stuff a cork in.
And then also related to that is a lot of times underneath your bed platform is storage of some sort. In ours case, our freshwater tanks are underneath our mattress, or you might have storage that you need to get to. Some of our are on a hydraulic lift, and there might be weight limitations that you need to deal with.
You might have to upsize your hydraulics upsize your lifts, which a lot of people end up having to do once they put in a new mattress. Okay. It's heavier.
So those are some of the considerations for going even with a standard size mattress to keep in mind. Other considerations is a lot of RVers choose the Sleep Number system. So what this is a fancy air mattress system.
Very, very heavily marketed. Some I would say overhyped. Some would say it's heaven on earth air mattress.
And on the larger size ones, like queen and king size ones, both there are 2 chambers in there, so 2 sleep partners who prefer different firmnesses can set their number.
You could have a number, all your own.
Some of the concerns with those, they're super light, so they're great for RVs, so you don't have to worry about the carry capacity. And of course, if you are in a relationship with someone who likes a different firmness than you, it can be a relationship saver. But the concern with them is, especially in RVs, if you're traveling through elevations, like through mountain grades.
Your number is based on your pressure altitude around you. As you go up a mountain, it's going to expand. And we've had friends tell us that they've been driving along and they thought they blew a tire, but it was actually their mattress exploding back in their bedroom, which is not a fun thing you want to have happen as you go over a mountain pass.
And in non-worst cases, your firmness is going to change when you get to your next destination. There are apparently some RV versions that have a relief valve that prevent the exploding mattress syndrome.
Right.
So,
otherwise, just lower the number all the way down, make it super soft before you drive through the mountains, just to stay safe.
Another consideration is in RVs and boats is we have to deal with condensation because our vessels aren't always temperature regulated nonstop. And so, and when you're sleeping on it, you have condensation that's going to form. There's not a lot of places for it to go in a small space like ours.
Yeah, and also sometimes drips from the windows might run down and around and stuff, and you end up with kind of the moldy mattress syndrome.
So you want to make sure there's some sort of ventilation underneath. So you have a solid platform in a lot of these cases and then a solid mattress. And you want to put some sort of ventilation in there. So you can do like a low pile carpet. You might be able to get some of that non-stick grip stuff that you might use underneath furniture. There's actually a company called Hypervent that makes a specific material to go underneath mattresses for just this situation as well, if you want to go with a specific targeted solution. So keep that in mind. It is very common for RVers and boaters to find mold and mildew growing underneath their mattresses.
Check it every so often, particularly if you're in a really humid area.
So that's a general overview of your options. Now we're going to talk about what we've tried and the pros and cons of different solutions that we've used.
Yeah. So we've got 11 years of RV sleeping and boat sleeping.
So we started off in our first 2 RVs were small travel trailers, and both of those beds were dinettes that converted to the bed.
Right. So you end up with this kind of Tetris of cushions that you have to assemble to make your bed, and it doesn't necessarily make for the you got ridges and stuff because they're the seats and the backs and everything all pushed down there. So you want to have a layer on top. We found, you can sleep directly on them.
For a night or two, it's fine.
For a night or two, but you've got like the seams, and they're in really awkward spots. So memory foam was a lifesaver.
Or mattress topper. So in both those cases, we did about a 4-inch memory foam topper on top of the dinette, and that was still thin enough that we could roll it up and put it against the back of the wall when we put the dinette back up, so we could still use our dinette. But that made actually some of probably our best RV sleeping nights were those because we had a really firm, thick core with that dinette cushion, and then with a really nice memory foam topper on top.
No, something that anybody else would have to consider is just how hard do you want to make your transformation between bed and dinette, though. So how thick and thin, and we eventually gave up on the idea of transforming.
And we just bed mode always. And that was one reason we eventually wanted a motorhome, is we got tired of that transformation back and forth. So after the trailers, we did go to a motorhome, which is a vintage bus conversion, as many of you know. And when we were looking for that, we specifically looked for a standard size, preferably queen. And we were tired of crawling. It was fun when we were first dating to crawl over each other, but we wanted a walk around queen. And the big idea, because before I hit the road, I had a Tempur-Pedic, and you had. We just like a standard.
It was a pretty high end, just regular. Go into a furniture store and I'll take your middle end plus mattress. Not the crazy one, but not the low end. It was a nice home mattress.
Yeah, but then you slept on my Tempur-Pedic. Yeah. Remember, we started off separately and merged.
Yeah, and your Tempur-Pedic. I liked the Tempur-Pedic, but it was also a little bit too unmoving for me. So we were looking for something a little bit different when we started.
Yeah, we knew we wanted to get a higher end mattress in the bus, and that's one reason that the bus conversion, we didn't have to worry about weight constraints, and we wanted the standard size so we could choose anything that we wanted. It actually came with a pretty nice RV mattress in it. It was older, it was thin, And we liked the firmness of it, so we ended up doing another 4-inch memory foam topper on top of it.
And that made it work pretty decently for quite a while before it started to wear out. We got a couple years out of that.
I think we had about 2 years on it, then it started to split, because we always got the ventilated one with the holes, and those do tend to split first because you use them all the time. And so when that started to become a problem, we went into a mattress store intending to get a Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, and we're like, let's get a real mattress. We don't have any weight constraints. We don't have to have any of these crappy little RV mattresses. Let's get a real mattress store mattress. This ended up being a really disappointing experience overall.
Yeah, we ended up with a Tempur-Pedic knockoff. It was by Corsicana. We actually, in the showroom, it felt better than Tempur-Pedic.
Yeah, it was our favorite mattress in the entire showroom, cost aside.
And it was like $800. Had it delivered. It was fine for the first couple of months, but then it started to develop a dip in the middle. Now, our sleep challenges we're obviously not little people, and we spoon in the middle of the bed. That's how we start off, and then usually in the course of the night, we end up on our own sides of the bed.
And then in the morning, we're back spooning again. Yeah.
But when we're not spooning, we don't want to still be falling back into the center of the bed, and that's what this mattress turned into do.
It turned into a little cavern, and we'd both just roll to the middle, and the cat would hop on top, and it would get really kind of unpleasant over.
So we checked the platform that it was on, made sure it was thick enough, that it was reinforced enough, and that it wasn't the platform that was the issue. And when we did our bus remodeling in 2015, I can't believe it's been 2 years since we went through that fiasco, we were redoing the water tanks underneath the bed anyway, and we had it even reinforced more. And then at that same time, serendipitously, Lippert Components reached out to us and offered us a Denver Mattress Euro Top Supreme.
Their top-end RV mattress, saying, "Hey, you want to try this?"
We said, "Sure, we're trying it. We're replacing the mattress anyway. No harm done."
And we really appreciate it, and it wasn't great. Yeah, for us anyway.
Now there's our other friends of ours, the Snowmads in particular, got the same mattress. They loved theirs.
But ours started to actually cavern again, and we just don't think it was designed for
larger people.
It just didn't hold up.
Denver Mattress did replace the mattress for us once. We went to one of their stores and they swapped it right out in their driveway.
Just to see if it was a one-off defect. And it was
sure enough, after a few weeks, it started to show signs of it again. And, sleep's too important. We're not going to put up with that. And so at that point, we decided to try this new online mattress.
The mattress in a box fad that's taken over. There are, I think, over 100 companies now that are selling mattresses in a box.
And so you go to their online store. You order it, it shows up in a couple of weeks, compressed into a box.
Some of them are a couple of days. Yeah.
Rolls out like a burrito, expands. And if you don't like it, they all come with usually a 100-day, no questions asked return, and they arrange to come and pick it up.
Yes.
And this works out great for nomads because you get the mattress delivered to your RV, and then when you decide you don't like it, someone comes to your RV
and takes it away.
Even if it's in a different location where you've got it.
Right. So we've done this across country and got a mattress over here, and 90 days later had it taken away over there. And
they do try to donate it, but we found most often they couldn't find somewhere to donate it, and they ended up having like 1-800-JUNK come and get it, which they do try to get it out of landfills and into someone's house. So.
Yeah. Yes, but that's kind of their business model. It's these companies do your research to find the ones that seem to fit you, and they understand that a certain percentage are not going to go for it, and it's kind of how they've designed it all.
It's built into it, and you end up paying about like a Tempur-Pedic goes for $2,000 to $3,000 now. Most of these are priced right around under the $1,000 mark. There's a great site called Sleepopolis.com. They do reviews of all these, and I recommend going there and kind of looking for your body type and sleep preference to choose the ones to try first.
And there's an amazing number of YouTube mattress reviews and stuff too, so you can just find people who are like you and have them that are showing their unboxing videos of their mattress in a box, and get a taste for them all. A lot of these people online who are reviewing the mattresses are doing it for the affiliate programs, so be a little hestant unless they've done some real comparative stuff, because they get a big kickbacks, but that's how it works.
So the ones we tried, we started with Leesa. That's Leesa. And that one seemed, by all the reviews we watched, to be what would be ideal for us. And for the first several weeks, it was really nice.
It was good, but not great, is basically what it came down to. And for the money, we were looking for great. We wanted a great night's sleep.
And it was priced at $7.99. And I think the thing that came about is it really is designed for smaller framed people, especially than him. and you were starting to have
I'd have like a hip start to fall asleep.
it was just he was pressing too much down into the firmness of the core, and it was cutting off
Didn't give me
circulation.
good support
And
when I'm sleeping on my side.
So when we contacted them, they had someone out in 24 hours, arranged to where our location was, picked it up, and then as soon as they got notification it was picked up, our refund was there.
Yeah.
Super easy, friendly to work with. I do recommend Lisa. It was very high quality, great customer service. The next one we decided on a whim to try something a little crazier. We went with the purple.
It's not. It's purple inside. It's kind of this squishy gelatin.
In a grid?
And it comes with a free seat cushion. And they have really clever ads where they're trying to squish eggs on their mattress, and you cannot squish an egg no matter what you do.
Okay, so first of all,
We never squished an egg.
well, I don't normally squish eggs in bed, so I don't know how important that is, but they're trying to show that the pressure points are there, and we did get pressure relief on it, but that bed felt so freaking weird.
It's got this kind of weird jelly feel and squish and stuff. It was always kind of in the back of your mind that you're on top of this layer of purple gelatin.
I'd wake up in the middle of the night
grid
thinking
pattern.
I had like I don't know, suctiony things all over my body, and then when you wake up in the morning, you feel like you're peeling yourself off a waffle iron.
Yeah, and so because it has that purple grid at the top, right underneath the little layer of mattress topper, and we kept thinking, well, maybe this would be great if we put another layer put a memory foam topper on top of this to get rid of that purple layer feel. But then we're like, we're not going to put a $100 memory topper on top of this $1,000
bed.
mattress. Let's send it back and find something better.
And at that point, we tried Helix. And that's at, I think, yourhelix.com, Helix. And what we liked about them is
they have a good gimmick.
you actually go through an interview where you put in your weight, you put for each partner, you put in your sleep preferences, if you're a side sleeper, back sleeper, stomach sleeper, and if you have any like sleep apnea or anything like that. And you can choose if you want them to design you a split bed so that each side is optimized for each sleep partner, or a blended is what they call it. So they're trying to mesh your two preferences.
Right. And again, we actually, it's like, it worked. And this is the great thing about these trial mattresses, is you can really give them a proper trial, because at a mattress store you're on something for 30 seconds or a minute, and that doesn't tell you anything. You have to sleep on something for a week or two for your body to adjust, and being able to go through 2 or 3 or 4 and find what really works for you is wonderful. That's what's great about these bed-in-a-box business models.
So yeah, we settled on the Helix. We decided to keep that one. It'll be a year in August since we've had it. Obviously, we've not been in the bus since April, but we had several months on it. And even when we went back into the bus in May, we did a 1-week bus trip.
It was wonderful. So sleep on it again.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So big fans. Big thumbs up on the Helix. It was nice.
All right, now talking about the boat. As you saw when we started, our mattress is a V-berth, so it's in the front. It looks very rectangular, but in the
top front, in particular, the bottom
has just a little bit of an angle in the front, and we have also a low ceiling, so we wanted to make sure that we had plenty of headroom.
When we moved in, it was a Sleep Number, and not even a customized one, so it was kind of like wedged in, and it sort of worked, but sort of didn't quite fit into the V.
And we wanted to give it a try, because so many people have glowed about the Sleep Numbers and said, you should really try this, but Sleep Numbers are so expensive to buy up front, and they don't normally come with a 100-day free trial.
Right.
It wasn't something we were going to try, because we didn't intuit we wanted it. And we gave it a fair shot. We gave it a month of trying.
And it's just a big fancy air mattress. And what people love about the Sleep Number is that you have each person's is got their separate control of softness. But we sleep in the middle, and spoon, and we're sleeping on the seam, which is probably the most uncomfortable spot in a Sleep Number bed.
And we tend to prefer the same mattress. We have a large crossover of what we like in mattresses.
Right.
So we were finding we weren't snuggling as much because
it was
like Reese.
pushing us out. Instead of having the effect of the caved-in mattresses pulling us together and having us feel like we're stuck in a cave, the Sleep Number was pushing us into our own separate zones, and we really didn't like that.
We're newlyweds. We got married. We just got married in April, so we didn't like that.
We want to be snuggled.
So we thought that we were going to two solutions. We didn't want to do the online ordering thing because of the V-berth in the front. We were going to have to modify it, either cut the mattress down ourselves, which we didn't want to do with a $1,000 mattress.
That kind of ruins that. They'll take it away after 100 days if they come up and it's all chopped apart.
So, and then the other So we had left us with two options: is where they're going to go to Mattress Insider and work with them to
Do a custom.
buy a custom one from them.
That'd be pricey.
That would be probably pricey, and we're willing to invest it for a good night's sleep. And we just happened we're going to go on Amazon and just order a 10-inch memory foam, highly rated, and then cut it down ourselves.
Yeah. Because on Amazon they have bed-in-a-boxes that are even cheaper. You don't necessarily get the 100-day returns on a lot of them.
You can get a lot of them for in the $300 to $500 range.
Right. So some really nicely rated ones.
We'd do that, and then we happen to be in Big Lots of all
buying
places.
pillows.
Crazy, and they have their own brand called Zeopedic, and ZEO Pedic, and you lay down on it.
I was like, hopped down on this, like, oh my gosh, and just kind of rolled back and forth. I was like, this is kind of crazily comfortable for a like $380.
Yeah, it was $399.
Big Lots, roll it out of the store mattress.
So we figured if we're going to spend that much on Amazon anyway on an unknown, we might as well go with one that we liked in the store. So that's what we did. Now, the mistake we made is we thought it was a V-berth. Okay, we're just going to cut the corners off the top. All you boaters out there are laughing your butts off right now. I know it. Because you know exactly where this story is going.
It's curved.
Boats are very three-dimensional, so it's not just a V-berth in the front. It's curved down. So I tried to find an electric knife because it is the best way to cut foam because it'll just go right through it. Could not find an electric knife at Big Lots. We didn't have a lot of time on our hands. I figured, well, whatever. It's just 2 cuts on a V, right? I can do that with scissors or a knife.
Spent 2 hours of your hands and
carving. I had to carve the bottom, and we're doing this at 11 o'clock at night, and there is not a 24/7 electric knife shop around the corner. And here we had a torn up bedroom, so I endured. I actually carved it out with scissors.
But in the end, the Zeopedic has been amazing. We're like kind of blown away. It's one of the best beds we've ever had, and it was like a Big Lots special. It's like, okay, there we go. So I guess that's kind of our history of mattresses.
So that's our mattress history. That's our quest for the mattress. I think it's time to open some wine.
I'll open some wine, and you can start diving into some questions.
All right. So we do these video chats for fun.
For wine.
And for wine. It's our way to share with you guys. If you appreciate them, we'd love your gratitude. Write us afterwards, email us, leave a comment in the long-term video archive. Let us know that you like hearing about life on the road and some of the tips we share. If you really like our content, we extra appreciate if you go over to our website at technomadia.com, go down to the bottom right-hand corner, and we have a leave a tip where you can send us a virtual bottle of wine or any other gift item that you like. And the gratitude, the gifts, they keep us inspired to come back every month and share. What wine are we?
Chateau Saint-Michel.
Yes, and I forget, we had 2 people gift us a bottle of wine at about the same time in person, and they both had Chateau in the name, so I forget if this is Eric and Jeanette or the previous owner of the boat who gifted this one to us.
Right. But to all of you, particularly people who give us wine in person, make us happy. Cheers.
So, cheers to you.
Do you think it would be possible to get an adjustable bed into an RV? So the electric adjustable ones?
Some of the newer higher end RVs are coming with electric adjustable beds, and they're using it as it actually slides up and gives you like double the bedroom capacity. And
right, because it opens up the aisle space at the end of the bed as it folds up. So I don't know. Find out the manufacturer. The manufacturers must be sourcing those parts from somewhere, and you might be able to track them down. Because if you want that, it might need to be built in though. There might be mechanics and motors and. It's
going to depend so much on your RV and what options you have. But yeah, it's totally possible.
What kind of thread counts do you like in the sheets? Like the Denver mattress sheets. You can give them as a shout out.
Yeah. So we mentioned that Denver Mattress had given us, or Lippert Components had given us a Denver mattress to try out, their RV one, and that came with some microfiber sheets that we love on our household tab on our gear page. So you can find that at technomadia.com/RV gear for the current sheets that we loved. We loved them so much from the free set that they gave us, that we bought a set for the boat.
Yeah. So that is major endorsement right there. Yay! Okay. Bye.
See y'all later.